we see how many of you I have touched. It's incredibly special. A type of game we'd never done before. Had a lot of difficulties at launch. And we got a lot of well-deserved criticism. This is an enormous, dynamic world.
The tech demo for Skyrim was Fallout.
The game has over 200 dungeons.
How's it going? Welcome back, my beautiful sinners, to another great video here on The Savior Show. Today, boys, we're going to be reacting to the new gameplay of Starfield. It's just come out. This is my live reaction of the Bethesda Game Studios' new game, Starfield. And we all know that Todd Howard, he's gonna put on an amazing show for us, so I'm just truly excited to experience this new game, Starfield, and the new gameplay shown here on the Bethesda Game Studios Showcase. So let's watch, and I'll give you my initial thoughts and reaction to it because I haven't seen this. This is my first time. It's just come out, so I'm pretty excited because we haven't had a good Bethesda game since Fallout and since Skyrim, and I'm talking about Fallout 3 because Fallout 4 was a pretty disappointing game. It took away so many features which made Fallout good in the first place. So it's not a bad game, but it's not a good Fallout game in my opinion. So let's go and see what Todd Howard and the boys have cooked up for us today.
Fallout 76 is a prequel to all the other games, and it's our biggest one yet. It is 4 times the size of Fallout 4.
So let's not forget exactly what Todd Howard did to us all and the gaming community and just the general decline of gaming in the recent years. But I'm gonna keep an open mind. Of course I want to love this game. Of course I hope this is the next big thing, not like Cyberpunk 2077, something that actually is, you know, game-changing like Skyrim was. That's my hope, but who knows? Anything's possible. It is Bethesda, and let's be honest, they have basically lied to us so many times before, so I'm gonna be very skeptical, but I am going to go in with an open mind, hoping that this is actually, you know, something next level and something next generation. That's my hope, so let's just give it a chance, shall we? Whoa! Oh! Oh! My anus just clenched. That's a good sign. Starfield. Ooh, a Bethesda Game Studios game.
It's hard to express how excited all of us at Bethesda are to be here with you today.
Todd Howard is it's looking more plastic. I don't know. I don't like it.
Finally see Starfield.
Something a little bit off.
Easily our most ambitious game ever, like our previous games.
I love how whenever a new game comes out, it's always the most ambitious and it's the most, you know, time-consuming and crazy game that they've ever made. The good thing about these corporate developers and these gaming studios, which have now been exposed time and time again by themselves and all of this greedy practices that we see in the industry today, is now that mostly, okay, people with a brain, I'm talking about the wise boys, okay, and if you want to be a wise boy, then subscribe to the channel, but the people who have awoken to the fact that these corporate studios don't actually care about producing something of high quality anymore, and it's more driven around money, okay, most people realize that so much of this, you know, spectacle and these gameplay reveals that we're about to see now doesn't actually represent the game in its final state. Of course it doesn't. And, you know, basically they do a lot of this advertising, marketing, hype campaign to get you excited, but usually it's nothing close to the actual product. So I feel like more people have woken up to the fact, and, you know, we are stopping pre-orders from happening now. So with this Starfield official gameplay reveal and my reaction to this, I hope that it actually looks promising, but even if it does look promising, it doesn't mean it's actually going to be like that, because it doesn't just work, okay? And 9 times out of 10, these studios these days are just lying to you, and they're showing fake gameplay. They're not, actually showing us what we're gonna get, and they might be showing off features that don't even exist. So it's just hard to know now, and I'm just glad that, although it's sad that the gaming industry has become kind of, manipulated by these corporate scumbags, how can they milk as much money from the consumer as possible? I am still hopeful that we will see something good here, okay?
Go where you want. But this time, you'll be exploring space.
Nice.
So let's jump right in. This is early in the game as you arrive on the mysterious moon of Crete.
Of Crete, okay. I've been to Crete, but I don't think that's the type of Crete I've been to. I'm not gonna pretend that I'm not, absolutely wanting this to be amazing, because exploring like an open world space Bethesda game, back in its prime days, back when Skyrim was amazing and Fallout 3 and all that kind of stuff, this could be incredible. If they actually pull it off and it's not filled with a bunch of bugs, and I think they are using the same engine, so who knows. Okay. The graphics are pretty good, I've got to say. Not bad, not bad. Not that graphics really matter, but it does look nice. I can't believe we're actually seeing gameplay, that's pretty crazy.
According to the scanners, the abandoned research facility is in this direction.
Okay. It's got a kind of No Man's Sky type scanner built into it, which is most, exploration games have nowadays. I do like that the HUD is kind of minimalist, that's cool. Not so much like bullshit on your screen is good. That animation did look pretty familiar to Fallout 4, but of course they're gonna reuse some stuff, but it still looks amazing so far, okay? It does look like it's trying to emulate No Man's Sky and this type of harvesting type gameplay. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be, like Fallout 4 but on steroids, and you can build, your own space stations and your own outposts with the settlement system.
Are using the facility.
That's my imagination so far. Because I'm pretty sure they're not gonna just forget about the whole settlement system that they built up. Does look pretty empty, but that's not surprising since you're exploring a desolate planet, but can't say the gameplay is exciting me that much, and the combat here is just, I don't know, looks okay, but if that's, this is their polished version that they're trying to show us, I expected a little bit more gore, a little bit more, I don't know, like Fallout, but I will say that I think the aesthetic of the guns and the environment and stuff like that does look pretty cool. But the combat, I don't know, looks a bit janky so far. I'm not getting like the buzz of like, wow, this is a new Bethesda game, which you normally would if it's Fallout or, Elder Scrolls. But I guess that's because it's a new IP, which is good. They're trying something new, but I don't know.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about. We're all here because we're committed to the biggest question of all.
But actually being on these worlds, and if they're, you know, like super dense, that would be incredible. So
What they are, what they're building. You'll be part of solving that puzzle now.
the facial animations as well do look improved, so that's good.
New guy found it.
You dug up the artifact, right? That means you saw it. The visions?
If that's like actually talking, you know, to an NPC, that is pretty nice, I gotta say.
Scattered across the galaxy. If we can find more, we can unlock their secrets.
Beautiful, isn't it? The man who sold me this told me that it spoke to him.
Of course, the settled systems is full of groups.
I wonder if this is going to be more like the Outer Wilds or Outer Worlds, I can't remember. Anyway, you go to your spaceship and basically you hop to different destinations and, you know, hub areas. I don't know if each planet that you land on is going to be fully explorable, because that's, you know, what we're hoping, but I don't know if they're actually going to be able to do that, or if it's just going to be like hub open world areas. So that'll be interesting, I guess, to see. As long as you can actually fly around space and, you know, explore space, and they flesh that out, then, you know, that's what I'm hoping. But Todd Howard, okay, has never made like a space game before, so I have no idea if the mechanics will be actually good or engaging, or it will feel good to fly around, or if it's gonna be like a hub-based open world game. I don't know, but I hope not, because that is the whole charm of the Bethesda game, is to, you know, be in a completely open world environment and you can go anywhere that you want. And if they expand that to space and actually landing on different planets, you know, then this could be incredible. It doesn't matter if it's a little bit janky, if you can do that kind of stuff like a No Man's Sky, but actually dense. But I don't know.
The clique doesn't follow the rules. Agree to work for UCC staff. Together, we take...
Yeah, the facial animations are better, but they still look a little bit, you know.
We're not just here to shoot the bad guys. We're peacekeepers. We protect the people of the Free Star Collective.
When you sign up with the Crimson Fleet,
It's obviously going to have different groups and factions that you can join, which is of course expected. But, you know, all of this looks good so far. But if they don't actually bring back, you know, like the dialogue system and actually make it, you know, like a proper fleshed out RPG like New Vegas did or Fallout 3 did, and you could say it did it less, but it still did it enough that it was engaging, that's what makes a Bethesda game, you know, choice and consequence. If it's all, you know, like one-dimensional, like Fallout 4, if it's like that, then they have to absolutely focus on making the settlement system absolutely incredible, or exploration, you know, going to these different planets, that kind of stuff has to be incredible. But I don't know how, like, shallow it's gonna be, that's the problem, and we have no idea, so...
the only way out is death.
The path ahead may be dangerous,
Okay, that's cool.
but we are not stopping.
I also hope it's not too grindy that you have to absolutely, you know, focus on gathering materials and that kind of stuff, because if that's optional, that's good, but if that's like the main focus of the game, that's gonna divide players quite a lot, I think, so.
Eyes at the end of this road will change humanity forever.
Whoa. Tell me lies.
But ultimately, it's not our story. It's the story you create by who you are.
If he doesn't say that Starfield doesn't have 50 times the detail, I'm gonna be so disappointed, okay? I'm gonna cry.
The choices you make. And that starts with character creation.
Okay, good, yes.
It's our most flexible yet. You
Okay,
can customize all the elements of how you look.
nice.
You'll pick a background that gives you 3 starting skills.
Okay, all of this looks pretty moist, pretty cool. I hope that it's not like Cyberpunk, where they say it's gonna actually affect the gameplay and your interactions, because that's the whole point. If it doesn't, then what's the point?
Says here you spent some time as a diplomat.
Okay.
Having a way with words might prove useful.
There are optional traits, and these come with unique
It already knows exactly its player base.
advantages and disadvantages.
That's cool. Okay,
It's
that's a
not
nice
just
system.
in how you can look, but in how your character plays and develops. The skill system combines the best from our previous games,
Hmm.
and you can unlock new skills as you level up, and then you
What he was saying about characters and stuff like that, and the dialogue interaction with what you choose, that sounds good, okay? Now, seeing the skill tree here, the combat and all that kind of stuff, that looks pretty streamlined. I much prefer the, individual level stat system like in Dark Souls or the original Fallout games, where you can absolutely fine-tune your character. But, this kind of streamlined approach might be good for this type of game. We just don't know yet.
You rank
So,
those skills
I don't
up
know.
by using them and completing challenges. And there's deep crafting systems, from running research projects.
Yeah, if it's gonna be like Skyrim where you actually level up by using, like a heavy weapon. I love that about Skyrim because the more you use something, the more skill you get and the more knowledge you have with that item or with that craft that you're, focusing on, and that's the good thing. So I hope it borrows that system from Skyrim. So yeah.
With the resources you find, to crafting weapon mods and needed.
Oh, crafting, of course. It's always gotta be crafting. Oh, here we go.
You can build your own outposts.
Yes.
These act as a
I've got to say though, did you see the radius of that outpost? That is like far bigger than anything we saw in Fallout 4. If you can have like a proper building mode where, because it was so difficult to build in Fallout 4. If you have like a top-down viewpoint, that will make it so much more, like quick and bam and engaging. So by the looks of it, that looks like, much better and more fleshed out. So I like that. And it's way more expanded. It looks like you have way more space to make your own system. So I don't know, that does look pretty cool so far.
home away from home for survival and resource generation. You can choose where and how to build each one, and you can hire characters you meet to keep it up and running.
Nice, nice.
But that's not all.
That's not all.
You can even build your own spaceships.
Okay, that's moist. That's pretty cool. I do like the graphical detail, with the lighting here. It does look nice, but who knows what it will actually look like, because Fallout 76, if you remember, looked completely different on release, so who knows. But yeah, it does look nice. Yeah, it looks pretty good, and I do like the aesthetic design of what we see here. It's, quite grounded within realism. Creature design, the alien design, all looks pretty creative and weird. It doesn't look as cartoonish as, something from the Outer Worlds, but it does look pretty cool. In my opinion, it has a more kind of grounded, realistic feeling to it, but still like, I don't know, space age kind of wacky, but not as much as Fallout. So I think that's quite an interesting design choice, and I like it so far. So
You can choose crew members, and yes, you can completely customize the look and layout.
Okay, that's cool.
There's loads of
If that actually affects your gameplay and your like how much you can store on your ship, or for weapons, or what kind of ship it's gonna be, that's actually super cool. I just hope that all of these NPCs walking around don't just have like one line and they regurgitate the same line to you over and over again. I think we need a step up from that. But the mechanics here look pretty interesting with building your own ship. I just hope that it's not just, visual, it affects your gameplay and what you can do, how far you can travel. I'm sure it will, but yeah, that looks pretty cool.
different modules, ship manufacturers, and more.
Nice.
I have to say, it's so cool. We just absolutely love this.
Okay, that's pretty moist.
It's not just how the ship looks,
Mm.
it's how it performs.
Mm.
From
Mm.
engines to shields to weapon systems. Because yes, you can fly it.
Bethesda. Okay, finally, we're gonna see some space travel. Oh, take my money, daddy. Take it. Okay, here we go. This is what I've been waiting for. Sound design is nice, I've gotta say. That's nice. Can you actually go into the planet's atmosphere? I really hope so. Okay, the space combat here looks way better than the on-the-ground combat. It has so much impact, and the noise is kind of like echoey. I love that. That's cool. That's gonna be pretty pumped. But, you know, don't get hyped. Don't get hyped, okay? That's dangerous. I've learned my mistake. Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. If you can actually land on different space stations or dock with other ships and then, you know, actually communicate with the captain or, you know, with the NPCs on that ship and you can raid it or you can, you know, trade with them, that would be so cool. I really hope it's going to be that in depth, but maybe that's just my imagination. Who knows? But yeah, the combat here looks nice. Whoa! I'm sorry, I'm not giving you big enough
We can't wait
YouTuber
for
reactions.
all of you to experience the game. Thanks again.
Hmm.
And you may be wondering, just how big is this game? So we thought we'd take one last...
It doesn't matter about the size. What matters is if you've actually got the mechanics and the systems in place and they actually work, okay? That's the most important thing. If it's a more focused, like, little galaxy area that you can explore and there's, like, I don't know, like 50 or 40 different planets, that's enough, okay? If it's actually fleshed out. If it's gonna be barren, like a goddamn wasteland, and you can't interact with anything, then what's the point, okay? So, I don't know. I hope he doesn't now say that it's, you know, 3 billion. I hope now that he doesn't say that it's actually infinite and it's like No Man's Sky. It's, you know, generated by an algorithm. I hope he doesn't say that. So, who knows?
moment and show you.
Okay, you show me. Show
Let's
me.
take a look at one of our planets, Jemison.
Okay.
You can land into Atlantis, but you can also land...
Okay, I don't like how he's not showing how you land. That suggests, okay, that shows to me that you can't actually penetrate the planet, which is of course amazing, okay? That's a great thing in space games, No Man's Sky. When you can penetrate a planet, it feels so good. Doesn't look like you can penetrate here, so I don't like that, okay?
and explore anywhere on the planet.
Anywhere.
And it's not just this planet. It's all the planets in the system. From barren but resource-heavy ice balls to Goldilocks planets with life. And not just this system, but over 100 systems. Over 1,000 planets, all open for you to explore.
1,000,
We
okay,
can't wait
Jesus.
to see what you find.
Oh. I really want to be excited for this, but I don't know. It looks pretty barren so far from what they've shown us, like the planets here. But if there's something to explore, if there's some kind of hidden treasure, or, you know, like a community of NPCs that you can engage with, that's what I want, okay? I don't want to just be walking around a desolate landscape. But if you can actually land and take off from any location, like they said, that's pretty cool. But it doesn't look like you can physically do it yourself. So I don't know. But yeah. Okay, so that was Starfield, the gameplay reveal, and that was Starfield's gameplay and my reaction to Starfield's new gameplay, and yeah, it does look pretty good so far. I'm not gonna say I'm not excited, but at the same time, there are some things that I am just not sure about, and you've got to be just realistic now with the gaming industry and not have high expectations and never pre-order a game. So yeah, it does look nice and I'm excited, but I'm not gonna get overhyped because the last time I did that with Cyberpunk, I was so disappointed. So yeah, let me know what you think down below in the comments. I would love to know your opinion, and I'll see you in the next video. Make sure that you do subscribe if you're new and check out my music on Spotify. I would appreciate it so much. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.